Audio in
Ooh,
progress.
recording in progress.
So hi Mansi.
Hello, Prerna. So, what are you up to? What are you cooking? And before Big 30 3.0, which we are going to start at 8 p.m., what is that which made you think to come on the live?
We are such last minute choosers, like everything in life. And I'm the same person, like we've been thinking about doing this Facebook Live for about 10 days now. Karaoke. We will do the Facebook Live. We will do it. We will do it. Like, never mind. And I was like, today, just like was pinging in my universe. I was like, let's go do a Facebook Live. And we're literally going to start the class in like an hour and 10 minutes from now. And we're like, now is the time. I was like, now is the time. Yeah.
So, finally, we are here. So, tell me, what is that is going to happen new in Big 30 3.0? What is that which you feel is going to be more excited? Because with every 30 big 30 you bring some different energies to the class, so what is that in your mind, and tell me more about it.
I just like it's so hard to even like define it. I know it myself, like cognitively, about where this is going to go and how this is going to show up. It's just like this big 30s just has this huge presence that it always had a huge presence, but now it's like louder and louder in my space, way more than it has ever been. Um, the theme lines that I can sort of like tap into as of now is commitment and like massive change. So how much is commitment required for massive change and how much massive change is required for you to commit, right? And because this is a 30-day long program, it's a month long program, so it like really pushes you to commit, right? Like to show up every day on a call, to commit to it. We tend to like lose interest in anything
Absolutely, absolutely.
very quickly. So, but I know that there have been people in my previous Big 30 where they've showed up for every call consistently, you included. Like almost every call that I would do, you would show up. And I like just that act of showing up in life, that itself changes so much. So it's not just about like, okay, I've paid the money for this and I've received everything I wanted to receive already. It's still showing up and still interacting with the participants of the class, interacting with the facilitator, interacting with the energies and using the tools, not just showing up for the class, but like literally applying the tools in your life. So uh and I know when I mean I've seen it in my life that when I commit to something, it changes drastically. So
Absolutely.
my my question to everyone who has joined in, will join in, by the way, the registrations are only open till tomorrow, and then we will not be taking any more new participants in. So if you want to hop on, you've got about 25 hours to make up your mind.
Absolutely, and we with the last minute humanoid lovers are like, let's do it at the 10th hour and when it is about to close the gate. So what all invitation we can be through this live. And I must say that in these 30 days it's like also having their 30 to 40 minutes of time with you. They can also are able to ask a lot of question, and having a personal facilitation space. I think it's huge, and it also gives us a chance when other people are also asking their question. So we are also facilitating getting together. So that is very wonderful actually.
And I absolutely like for all my classes, I encourage everyone, please ask me questions because I love it when people ask questions. It really starts opening up so much more and so much faster than just me going yapping away, yapping away, yapping away, and like there's no interaction. But when people ask me questions, like, yes, let's go, and I absolutely find facilitating a lot of fun. And we go crazy places during facilitation. It never goes, never shows up the way you think it's going to show up. You
It's
ask for
unpredictable,
E.
uncontrollable.
You're like, okay, let me ask a question for A on facilitation, and the conversation goes to Z, like in a matter of seconds. So
Okay.
yeah, it never shows up the way you think it's going to show up. It's fun to interact with people. It's fun and that's what we're going to do. For the next 30 days, you get to come on a call with me and ask me questions. And you get to contribute to the energy of the class by you asking me a question contributes so much to everyone. And everybody, and so many times we've seen in these classes, right? Like, Ari, I wanted to ask the same question and I was wondering about the same thing. And so yeah, it's fun. It's a huge commitment though. I won't lie. to facilitate a 30-day program requires a lot from me as a facilitator as well, because every day we're going to like address new topics. Like every day is going to be
Okay, so much change in the in our space. Like it's about to begin and it's not even begin. Like today we are going to begin, but so many things are showing up as if they're like, "Hello, getting ready. We just want the solution or whatever." They are just pinging left, right, center, and especially this call happening after your advanced TP and the TDCF call. I am like, oh my god, what more are we going to receive?
on
Because
that
so
note.
many energies are fresh.
And on that note, I just got done with my second facilitator training for Talk to the Entities, and there was this thing that Shannon covered called the money arts in the facilitator training,
Wow.
and that is huge. Like just me saying that, if you can like tap into the energy
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
money arts, what is that? What do we do with it? How do we play with it? How do we invite more money into our lives? Is this an art form? If it is an art form, then where does one start? And what does one do? What energy are we required to be? What invitation are we required to be? How can we do it differently than we've done it? And how can we make it easier than it's ever been before? So this is the topic that I'm going to start the Big 30 3.0 with, is the
Oh my
money.
God, that is huge, Prerna. I'm like, the beginning of the call is like bang on with money. And that word, money art form, I'm like, this is like something so different. I've never heard this two words together, like money as an art form. So I am super excited and I'm like thinking, what else is going to happen and how many lives or spaces are we going to change? Because money not only brings about one or two energies, but it brings so many spaces.
Yeah.
We just go anywhere with money. It's like as in the root cause of everything which we are creating or based upon our life. So
Yeah.
wow, I'm
And
excited.
yeah. And so this is something that I've heard Shannon say a few times, the money arts. And she always talks about how she's learned the money arts from Gary Douglas, who's the founder of Access Consciousness. And Gary knows a thing or two or million about money. So I've just been, I specifically have been tapping into, okay, the money arts, show me what is the money arts. What does that mean? What does that require of me? What do I know about the money arts that no one else knows,
Wow.
and like just tapping into that space and allowing that to like extrapolate into every area of your life, because we think it's about the money, but it's never about the money.
Yeah.
We think money requires form, structure, and significance, when money is actually just a choice. So without giving away too much information before I start facilitating the class, you're like, chalo, let's go.
That's what we call prerna and intro call. It never happens. There is nothing called intro with prerna.
I have to like stop myself like so many times, like dynamic Prerna, shut up. Prerna, shut up.
Wow. So
Yeah.
with all the different energies which you have guided or which you have been in this 1 year and the pandemic and the facilitation which you are being, I just wonder what all we are bringing. And also with the energies of Ajao and one of known the energy, I think it's going to be huge. So
Yeah, and also one of the things why I want people to what I well, hmm, maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. This is how I talk to myself inside my head. But like one of the things I realized was, when people would come to me for sessions or classes, and I would give them the tools that I was using to change that particular area of my life, and they would get like microscopic changes, like very miniature, mini changes here and there, and things wouldn't massively shift for them. And I was wondering, and I was saying, what is it that, if I'm using the same tool and the other person is using the same tool, why is it that, and how is it that I can get a bigger change, easier change than they can get it? And like one of the ways I realized was that I was consistently applying the tools.
yeah.
Like every day of my life, I would wake up and I still do, I would wake up in the morning and I would play with the tools and I would apply the tool. And that is the framework of why the Big 30 came into existence, was application of tools. Like if you don't back off and if you don't give up on the tools, and if you consistently apply it every day of your life, from a space of ease and joy and glory, and from a space of wonder and curiosity, like and fun, and playing with it like a child plays with it, like maybe for 10 minutes a day, not for like 24 hours, but like 10 minutes a day, but with complete curiosity. Like, what can that change? And it was the consistency, it was a constant application of the tools. And the more you play with these tools, the more you realize, oh my God, there are like 10 different ways I can use the same tool in ways that probably no one has ever taught you. So this is for me my way of sharing everything I've learned through the reference material, through the classes I've attended, uh, also to take things out of other people's heads and talk about that, which I love doing, like getting amazing information out of all of your heads and like putting that into words, because a lot of times we have that in our heads, we have that in our space, we have that as part of our being, but we can't formulate it into words. So yeah, and hmm, so I'm excited, and I think this is going to be something unlike
Yes.
anything, something unlike anything.
And also how much you have already put across the energy that it's not around knowing the tools but also playing the tools and becoming the tools, because now when you're using it 24 by 7 you've become the tool, so it's so much fun. So how
Yeah,
much we can be that in this 30 days of invitation, in this
yeah,
30 minutes call. And I wonder, because it has changed my life dynamically after this call. And I know I am making such huge changes. I am scared to, like the way we are choosing our life with my husband. Like I'm just back to Pune after like 4 months from Bangalore with the
yeah,
lockdown, and I just shifted to a new city just with 2 packs of suitcase and like just literally like, and
yeah.
now we are going to have like this 2 cities and playing around with 2 cities and what else. So truly to speak, people who are coming and playing with the tool is 30 days, it is going to shift a lot.
Yeah. And like you said, you don't like I all like both of all of us talk about, like we don't walk into the big 30 the same way we walk out, like we walk in with a certain energy, with a certain being, and then we walk out, we're like, wow, that I don't know if I would choose this before, or if I would be, having this with so much ease before. But it's also like, yeah, I mean, it's that commitment to 30 days. And this is just the beginning of a lifetime commitment, right? We are starting with 30 days, but it's more of a lifetime commitment of
True.
continuously asking for greater and greater and greater and greater,
Yeah.
uh, and to exponentialize everything we come in contact with. So uh, there was something else I wanted to address, but now I can't seem to recall.
I also wanted to acknowledge the way you have put across this call, like where we are getting the loops to listen at our own free time and the PDFs and the audios and videos. I'm like, so much work goes into this call. So people are able to receive it in any manner they would like to, whether they are live in the call or not, or whether they want to listen it for later. I think this is going to be really cool, huh? Something.
Yeah. And that was one of the things, was when I would attend these classes, like access consciousness classes, there are some calls where we would get clearings, written clearings, and there were some classes we wouldn't. And me as a person, I'm more of a reader, like I like to read. So I felt like this, I was like, I wish someone would just transcript this entire class, and then I would absorb information better. So then I started creating the big 30. I was like, I have to give a transcription of the class. By transcription, I mean written home plays, written verbal processing clearings. And then I also know a lot of people rather just put the clearings on a loop in the night and let that play, rather than continuously verbally, like audibly hear it. So then I was like, okay, let's put audio loops as well. So then we started putting audio loops in that as well. And then of course you get audio recordings if you don't like large files to download, and for people that like viewing things and they interpret it or understand it better, we have video recordings. So I mean, whatever mode works for you, if you're an audible person, if you're a visual person, or if you're a reader, you have every format available at your disposal. With the big 30 is to, you can read it, you can listen to it, you can watch it, you can put it on mute in the night. And I have an awesome team that's doing it, like Shivangi is amazing at transcriptions,
Oh my God.
Mansi is amazing at audio looping, and I have Sakshi, who's like this energetic ninja who just, she's all over the place, and she's like my
She's all
energy.
over. And she will just bring it on like, oh my God.
She'll pop in and she'll go pop, and then she'll go pop out and she'll go pop. Like she's like my energetic ninja. So come along. I mean, we have all of us that any questions you have for Mansi, Shivangi, Sakshi, me, we're here to answer any questions of yours. if you would like to sign up today, the call literally starts in an hour. So if you want to hop on, join us for this adventure. It's going to be fun, and you'll make some memories along the way as well. Because when you meet the same people for like 30 days, you're like, you develop like this bond with the people on the ground as well. So which is very sweet, like I'm like,
It's like your crime partners. You're not alone.
like you see the same people every day for a month and you're like, oh hi, what happened with that, like what's happening with that. So it's fun, like there's a nice kinship that develops over a period of a month as well. So it's like Shivangi calls it, a virtual gathering. So
Yeah. Wow.
so join us for a virtual gathering for 30 days starting today. And yeah, I mean, looking forward to having you all. And yeah,
So excited. This what is going to create, and massive. The energies are massive. Super grateful. Thank you, Prerna. Thank you for bringing this energy. And I wonder what we're going to create with you and all the questions and all the people who are joining, and all the other energies who are joining us through them.
always, right? The minute Mansi and me got on a call, and I was like, there's so much noise. Mansi's like, what noise? I like, there's so much noise. What noise? I said, there's so much noise. We
Oh,
always have disembodied beings with us, giving us a lot of awarenesses, information. So, and I wonder what will open up with this big 30 starting in just under an hour. Reach out to me, reach out to Mansi, and Sakshi is calling me, reach out to Sakshi. We'll help you out. We'll get you sorted. Thank you so much, Mansi, for doing this Facebook Live with me. And thank you to everyone who's joined in live. Swami, thank you for joining and watching your wife from the other room through. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
bye bye. Thank you, Prerna. See you at 8. Bye bye.